Hey there guys, how we doing? I'm Yalek, map clearing with my warriors, and I've just come across two bases that I'm going to try to use to illustrate a really handy principle, which is getting Bullitt exactly where you want him in these warrior hits. Now, I was scouting around this base, and this really could be kind of a messy base depending on where you place your troops and Bullitt. If you just run straight up the middle and flare directly to the HQ from like down here, you could end up having to use a bunch of extra shocks. Now, we have just lost the GBE tribe. That went away overnight, so we're back down to regular GBE levels. So I'm noticing the GBE constraints again. Always good to try to minimize your shocks when you can. So what I noticed with this base is that this guy doesn't range, this other flamethrower, he doesn't range. This machine gun unfortunately does a bit. This one obviously does, and the shock launcher is a problem, but those two can be clipped with a single shock. And I noticed that this shock launcher is in a bad spot near the HQ, right in front of the HQ. Depending on where we land and how we land, we can get Bullitt to the right side of this boom cannon here, and he should be standing like right on the edge of this thing's range. So from there he should be able to taunt this doom cannon, shock launcher, and machine gun. Shock launcher might fire, not really going to be a problem. The warriors can still take it down, but I'm going to try to get Bullitt exactly here. Now, how do we do that? As opposed to, you know, he might, depending on how you land, he might end up on the other side of this boom cannon between the boom cannon and the doom cannon. So how do we get him exactly here? Well, I'll show you. I hate the way a lot of people land on the beach, I'll say that. I'm kind of particular about my landings. I use several, and there are different ones for different reasons. In this case, I'm going to be using a flag drop on the beach, and I will probably, because of this shock blaster, I will probably flag Bullitt up high and the warriors down low, because the blaster is going to stop him in his tracks. So I want the warriors to stay away from it and to get towards this center line. I'm going to use this sniper tower as a gathering point. If you gathered up in front of this boom cannon and used that as a gathering point, in all likelihood, you would end up with Bullitt over here, which is not where we want him, between the boom and doom cannons. Use the sniper, and because it's a little offset to the right side, as you know, if you think of the HQ, look at the door in front and draw a straight line out to the beach, something like this. This is slightly offset to the right side. Bullitt should end up approaching from the right side, which should land him on the right side of the boom cannon, which is where we want him. Now, all of that said, and I have another example after this, similar kind of thing. Don't need to worry about you, do need to worry about you and you. I actually pressed attack on this guy once already and decided, I tried to use a barrage to get those two boom mines there, got neither of them, and so I retreated on that attack, and then I decided I would stop and make a video anyway, but yeah, that was truly annoying. Random feature, love it. Okay, so flag high, warriors low, shock blaster stops Bullitt in his tracks. Like I said, I want the warriors to find this midline of these smokes as quickly as possible. That's why I do that, and I'm going to go with a ground flare here. And then, as the warriors approach the HQ, then flare them to the building. So, like we said, we should need just 2 shocks here. Get pretty much everything we need handled, and there you go. Having Bullitt in a great spot makes the GBE, I mean, I had way more than I needed, whereas if I had to throw 3 or 4 shocks, that would have been a problem. Next example is a little bit lower down. Doing this, trying to fill up some crystals. Resource tribe, I love that. Always my favorite thing. Makes life very easy. So this guy, marked with the V for video, similar sort of situation. I would like to get Bullitt in a certain spot, and depending on where he lands, it could make my life easier or harder. I would like to get Bullitt to the right side of this sniper tower, right here. And the reason I would like to do that is that hopefully from there I can taunt both machine guns here. I believe I will. If Bullitt ends up on the other side of this sniper tower, on the left-hand side, next to this boom surprise, I'm not quite sure that he will get this machine gun, and then that might require a shock. Now, that is not really... it never fails. It's not really important in this case because his shock launchers are badly placed. This one does not range anything. This one will require a shock. And we could get this machine gun with it, but it's kind of the point of the thing. It's not a point of whether or not, you know, I'll beat him because of this. It's just looking for economy. I'm always looking for economy on GBE. It's important for a lot of different reasons. Now, how are we going to get Bullitt to the right side of this sniper tower? Different landing, different situation. So in this case, I will probably be using a flag drop going that way. And what I'm going to do is I'll probably use a gathering flare somewhere back here on the beach, so my warriors will pull in. And again, we're going to go with the ground flare. Going to go with the ground flare right to about here. And again, hopefully that will pull Bullitt to that side of the sniper tower, which is where we need him. Anticipating a path, something like this. Need this boom mine gone. Several mines here. We'll just barrage. And should be just one shock. Would like to get the shock mine. Of course not. You know, again, not truly a big deal, just annoying. There is one more boom mine in there. You know, actually, there's one more boom mine in there, and I don't like that. So we'll go back, do that again. That extra artillery there could be used to get that boom mine out of the way. See that? Right behind the boom cannon. We don't like those. Instant death. Alright, shock mine. Come on. There we go. Don't mind a couple regular mines, but shock mines mess up my run. And the whole point of my run is I'm trying to control it here, so... Don't know if you can hear that, but wife is working from home. Now, ground flare, HQ flare, Bullitt is exactly where we wanted him to be. That's perfect. And see if he shocks or taunts as I expected. Perfect. And that's what we wanted. Both of those machine guns in there. Nothing else is particularly important. And a little GPE to taunt. Anyway, a couple of examples there of how to place Bullitt in your attack to save GBE elsewhere and make your attacks better and easier and more economical and more effective and just plain more fun. Anyway, I'm Yalik. Like, thumbs up, all that stuff, and I will catch you later. Take care.